I've been living in my cargo van for 1 year in Canada through 4 seasons last year with no roof vent in my van. And when I started van life, the first thing I heard is you cannot live in a van. You cannot without a roof vent. You can't run a propane heater in there without a roof vent. It's gonna mold, it's gonna you're just gonna be mold spores everywhere. You guys are gonna die. That's what I heard non-stop. And even when I started my channel, I got that riddled in my comments every time someone's like, you don't have a roof vent, you're gonna die. You don't have a roof vent, you're gonna mold. It's gonna be so bad, it's gonna be so gross. When you move your bed, it's gonna be just covered in just, right? That's what I heard. It's always riddled in my comments. Well, I'm here to tell you guys today that I've been doing it for 1 year and I have 0 mold, 0 water or condensation problems at all. And I think I might have some reasons why. I see so many van dwellers here in Vancouver that just stay cooped up in their vans. And even if they're getting in and out of their van, they open up their door, they get out, they shut the door, and any moisture that they've had in there from cooking and breathing and animal breathing and stuff just kind of stays trapped in there because they only open the door and they shut the door. Me, I sit here with my van doors parked wide open all the time. Even my back doors. This is a common thing for me. I'll park somewhere and I'll just leave them open like that, which gives it nice airflow from the top, the bottom, inside the back. That way when people drive by, they're not staring inside of my house. Gives me a bit of privacy and tons of airflow. But I am a major person about leaving my side doors wide open. For me, it invites people, it's inviting. I'm not hiding anything. People get to walk by and say, you know what? There's some nice van dwellers out there, because this, I don't know, it brings people into my life. But I think keeping my doors open like this all the time is a major piece of why I've been living fine with no roof vent. And I know anybody that's new around here is gonna tell me behind those wood panels are gonna be covered in mold. Well, put it this way. I lived in here for just about an entire year. I lived in here for about 9 months, all through winter and the end of one summer without those wall panels. So I know what's going on behind there. I know what it looks like behind there. And the only time of year that I was worried about was the winter time, because you got the heater running, it's hot inside, cold outside, you're gonna get that condensation. But because I lived in the van through one entire winter and seeing this, because that's what it looks like behind my walls, small amount of insulation stuffed in the major empty cavities, and some pink foam board over top of anything that was bare metal. Yeah, that's pink foam board. I just painted it black. But that's all I did. And I know what's going on behind those wood panels. Those wood panels are fairly new. They've only been up there for a handful of months. But yeah, no roof vent, no problems at all. And we have a propane heater. And we haven't died yet. I inspect the van on a regular basis. We're always pulling the bedding and stuff like that out, checking behind the cabinets, pulling the drawers out. So I know there's not little things hiding in little crevices and areas that I don't know about. Like, at least every week, we pull everything apart, make sure that there's nothing on the bare mattress underneath, make sure there's no mold on any of the wood underneath the bed or down beside the bed. The walls are good and dry. We have never once even had a single speck of mold. Nothing. I keep this van pretty clean. Once a month, we fully gut everything out from underneath the van. I wash all the floors, wash all around the wheel wells. We keep this thing as spotless as we can. I've gone through my drawers on a regular basis, pulled them out, cleaned behind them, no mold anywhere. Are you hiding mold somewhere? Hey? Are you keeping mold away from me so I can't see it? Behind this cabinet here is a big open cavity that goes down right to the floor. I've even pulled all this stuff out of here and inspected. We have had no problems whatsoever. So does getting a roof vent before you live in a van, is it needed? Is that big budget to buy a roof vent a mandatory part of your budget? I don't think so. I think putting adequate ventilation in your van is a major key part and something you should definitely think about. I'm not telling you not to get a roof vent. I'm just telling you guys that it doesn't always have to be a part of your budget before you start. Because I know here in Canada, for me to buy a Max Air roof vent is like $470. It's crazy. And then another few $100 to buy a battery to power it. Before you know it, you're like $800 deep just to put a roof vent in your van. So I'm making this video because I don't want people to stress about the tiny little things about getting into van life. Don't add all of these things in one major picture and realize it's going to cost you $3,000, $4,000 to build out your van with just a basic build, because you need batteries, you need solar, you need a roof vent, you need blah, 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 blah. What everybody else said you need. You only need what this little feeling in your tummy tells you that you need. So learn from me. I'm only adding things to my van when I direly feel like I need it. Like last winter, when insulation came along and winter started to get me a little cold, I insulated a little bit. But that's for another video that's probably coming up very soon. But the whole roof vent thing, I think if you give your van enough ventilation with some open doors, some open windows, and damn it, get out of your van and air your house out sometimes, you will be able to squeeze by a little longer in this lifestyle before you have to add it. I know if you live in a hotter climate, because that is the only time in my van I felt like I direly needed it, was for like about a week here in Vancouver. We got super hot. And it's not like we're in the van all day anyway. We're usually out enjoying the weather. But we've had some muggy nights in the van where my fan that was on my face just wasn't cutting it. So we usually ended up parking at the beach in the summer with my doors wide open facing at the sand, enjoying the summer weather, trying to beat the heat. But I think in a warmer climate is going to be the biggest place that you might want some fan on your face and some ventilation. Other than that, in every season I have been through, summertime is the only time I ever felt the need. So someone asked me not that long ago, Chrome, when are you going to get a roof vent? I think I might do something like that next summer, which gives me another whole 8 more months without it. And before I put a roof vent in my van, I'm going to put pop-out windows in the back first. You know, for the handful of $100 it's going to cost me to get the latches and stuff installed here and the new window frame that's got to go in order for me to put pop-out windows in here. I'm going to try the pop-out window thing first before I put in a roof vent, because everything I've done on my channel has been nothing but a pure experiment. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to play around with things and do things different than everybody else does, just so I can find out on my own if you can live in a van without some things. So I don't think you guys need to add a roof vent to your starting budget. Add that when you feel like you direly need it. All right, I think that covers about everything in this video. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions about living without a roof vent, put it in the comments down below. Oh, one more thing. Condensation on your front windows, just so you guys know, you're gonna get it whether you have a roof vent or not. The reason why I can say this is because when I wake up in the morning and there's fog on the inside of my window, every van around me that has a roof vent in their window has fog on theirs too. So hey, you know, it's gonna have to build somewhere. Your front windows, they're not insulated at all, and you can't stop it, guys. When it's warm inside and it's hot outside, that bare window is gonna get a little foggy. Nothing to worry about, nothing to stress about. There's remedies for it if you want to use it. I've never had an issue. I start my van, 2 minutes later, all the fog is all gone and I'm off and on the road again. All right, guys. Hope this helped you guys with easing the pain of getting into starting van life and worrying about that big, huge budget. My one suggestion I have to all of you is get in the van, live it bare bones, nice and simple, with just the basics that you need to just be happy for that day. Worry about tomorrow when tomorrow comes. Every day will unfold smoothly and easily, and you will figure this whole lifestyle out. Everything here is just an experiment, so add things when that little feeling in your tummy says, you know what, maybe it's time to add a roof vent. At that point, then you can throw out the money for it. Until then, use that money, put it towards something else like getting out of debt or just having some fun or saving it in the bank. All right, everybody, I will see you guys tomorrow. Adios. Peace out, weirdos.